The else clause. There are certain situations in which you may require a certain event to take place if the condition is true, and another event to occur if the condition is false. It is in times such as these when we would make use of the else clause in the Python programming language. The general syntax is as shown below. If condition, statements to be executed, else statements to be executed. The main idea is that if the condition that is being tested in the if statement evaluates to true, then the lines of code inside the if statement will get executed. Otherwise, or else, the lines of code within the else clause will be executed. Let us see an example. Date is equal to int input, please enter your birthday date. If date is less than equal to 0, print your birthday date cannot be negative nor 0. Else, print your birthday date is plus string date. Looking at the previous slide, we are able to see that we have a simple program in which, number one, we request the user for an integer input to represent their birthday date. We have also added a textual prompt for the user's convenience. Number two, the information entered by the user will be saved in a variable named date. Number three, upon receiving user input, our program proceeds to conduct a test on that user input. Specifically, we are checking if the value entered by the user, date, is less than or equal to 0. If it is less than or equal to 0, we will print a message to the screen which says, your birthday date cannot be negative nor 0. Number 4. However, if the condition tests to false, then the code in the else clause will be executed. It will print a message which will tell the user the birthday date that they have entered using the technique of string concatenation. We shall test our program using a negative value. Since my birthday date is 13, I shall use this value. Please enter your birthday date, negative 13. Your birthday date cannot be negative nor 0. From the above image, one is able to see. Number 1. The program requested for my input, upon which I entered negative 13. Number 2. Upon entering my input, the program proceeded to check whether the condition in the if statement was met. If date is less than equal to 0, evaluated to true. Therefore, the code within the if statement was executed and the else clause was bypassed. Number 3. I would like to mention that when the condition in the if statement is met, the code within the else clause will not get executed. Now, we shall enter a value that meets the requirements. Please enter your birthday date, 13. Your birthday date is 13. As seen in the image above, in this particular instance, we have entered a value that meets the specifications for successful output. If date is less than equal to 0, we'll return a false because 13 is not less than nor is it equal to 0. Therefore, the code in the if statement will be bypassed and by default the code within the else clause will be executed. This accounts for the message that we are provided with as output.